Good day, everybody. Welcome to game number 5 between the Georgia Braves and the Pennsylvania Phillies in the 2024 World Baseball Association playoffs. The divisional series continues. Both teams have won 2 games. They've tied the series at 2. We have Pennsylvania defeating Georgia 10-1 in game 4, which unfortunately we don't have the video of. However, we do have a game 5. And Kevin Brown, to make his third postseason appearance, will face off against Mike Mussina, went 10-8 with a 5.46 ERA. He's there to make up his first postseason start. We're going to get this game going. 51,234 fans on hand, 48 degrees, wind blowing out to center at 12 miles an hour. So it might be a bit cool. The ball has a propensity to carry. We might see some runs here. Georgia really struggled last game. Yeah, so did Tim Hudson more than anything else, and they're looking to rebound here. Here's the pitch to Phillips, swung on and missed, and he got him. Nice sinker. That bottom fell out. There's the 2-0 to Jackie Robinson. Ground ball to first. Nice play there at first by Musial, who'll throw it to Messina for the second out. Ty Cobb is 15 of 42 in these playoffs with a homer, 9 RBIs. He's batting .357. The 3-2, and he walks him. Great chance to steal a base here. Frank Thomas has really hit the ball well in the division series, having a bit of a poor first round. The 1-0, go to second, and they got him. Nice throw by Piazza to nail Cobb. That'll end the inning. And no runs for Georgia, despite the walk to Cobb. Wagner, Herr, and Musial, 18 of 36, and even 500 for Wagner. He's driven in 3 runs. 17 and 6 is Kevin Brown. Drives it, but right at Alou for the out. Makes a diving play. There's a first out. Tommy Herr, batting .412. Swung on and missed. Nice curveball for strike 3. Musial is 6 of 35 with 3 RBIs and has really struggled. This postseason, a ground ball third. Nice play by Phillips. And after 1, no score. Frank Thomas batting .343 with just a homer, but 12 RBIs. He's really hit the ball well and is getting a base a lot more often. Struck out looking. Nice sinker again. A 1-1 to Alou. Ground ball to third. Nice play by Bell, who throws to first. There's a second out. Three-two. He walks him. Gibson walks. Grissom. 3-1 pitch. Drives it to right field. This is playable for Musial. That'll end the inning. Despite the walk to Gibson, nothing comes of it. And Griffey, Wilson, and Piazza coming up. Griffey, who ripped a double and a triple last game. Here's a 3-2 by Kevin Brown. Ground ball up the middle, and there's a base hit just by the glove of Stephen Drew. Wilson hit 2 home runs in game 3, hit another one in game 4. Is starting to awaken from his wild card slumber. Swung on a miss this time. Strike 3 and a sinker. Piazza starting to hit the ball a little bit better. Ground ball to second. He'll throw a for 1 on a first double play, inning over. Nothing across there for Pennsylvania here, although they got the leadoff man on. And now to the top of the third we will go. Drew, then Brown, then Phillips. The 1-2 to Stephen Drew. Struck him out looking. Nice pitch there. by Musita. Here's the 1-2 to Kevin Brown. Swung on and missed on a knuckle curve. Tony Phillips, the 0-2. Swung on and missed on a change for strike three. Strikes out the side. So Musita is dealing. Jackson, Bell, and Musita. Jackson had a couple of hits last game. Line drive to right center. This is playable for a Lou. There's the first out. Buddy Bell, who's been able to play stellar third base, though, despite really struggling at the plate. Ground ball to third. Phillips will throw to first. There's a second out. The 1-2 to Musita. Struck him out. Back goes Robinson. The 0-2 to Cobb. Struck him out looking. 5 consecutive Ks for Musita. A 3-2 to Thomas. Drives it to center. This is playable. And it ends the inning. 1-2-3. Wagner, Herr, and Musial. The pitch to Wagner. Ground ball to first. The pitcher, Brown, will go to first to pick up the out. Tommy Herr, the 1-2. A drive and a base hit. So he's on board with a single. That'll bring in Musial with a 2-2. Drives it to center. Caught by Grissom. There's a second out. That ball's well hit, though. Griffey Jr. with a single up the middle. His last time up, he's first ball hitting. Drives it to left, but playable for Cobb. That'll end the inning. And through 4 innings, both pitchers have kept each respective offense at bay. Alou, Gibson, and Grissom. The 1-0 to Alou. Drives it to left center, but this will be playable for Hack Wilson. He really got it in the hands. He did a nice job of tying him up. Gibson. Drives it for extra bases in the left center. Running for it is Griffey. He picks up the ball, fires it to second, not in time. And a 1-out double for Gibson. The 0-1 to Grissom. Drives it to right center. Playable for Jackson. Gibson will tag from second to third as 2 down. Drew up next, and Brown, the pitcher, is coming up. They're going to walk Drew. They're going to face Kevin Brown. It's a wise move here. The 1-0 to Brown. Drives it. It's a base hit. And Kevin Brown aids his own cause with an RBI single. Unbelievable. I mean, they've now taken a 1-0 lead. Tony Phillips 0 for 2. Couple of Ks. Drives it the other way. Caught by Wilson. They've taken a 1-0 lead as Kevin Brown comes through with 2 outs. Wilson, Piazza, and Jackson. The 3-2 to Wilson. And walks him. Piazza, the 2-1. Drives it to left, playable for Cobb for the first out. Jackson drives it to right field, playable for Alou. There's a second out. So they're getting really jammed with that sinker. And the cold weather is really helping out with that possible. There's a ground ball to short. Drew will fire to second. Pennsylvania is down in order as Georgia has a 1-0 lead here. Robinson, Cobb, and Thomas coming up. The 2-2 to Robinson. Swung on and missed. A sinker. The 1-2 to Cobb. Drives it to left center, high and deep at the track. It's gone. An opposite field home run for Ty Cobb, who rips his second home run of the postseason. That ball carried it. And the wind carried the ball over the left center field wall, but it was well struck by Cobb. And Wilson was going to have a hard time trying to make a play anyway. Here's Frank Thomas. Ground ball to second, hurt to Musial for the second out of the inning. Georgia up 2-0. Moise Alou with a 3-2. And he walks him. Gibson has doubled, has walked. Drives it, base hit. Josh Gibson continues his hot hitting. First and third as Alou makes it in time. Pitch to Grissom. Weak pop-up. This will be playable for Stan Musial to end the inning. They score another run on a home run by Cobb. Bottom of the sixth, and Pennsylvania's going to have to get their offense going. They're going to remove Mike Mussina after 6 innings. And in the pinch hit is Roy Campanella. 0 for 3 with a strikeout in this series. There's the 0-1. Weak ground ball. The catcher picks it up. Gibson fires to first, gets the out. Nice play. Honus Wagner 0 for 2. Ground ball to second. Robinson will throw to first. There's the second out of the inning. Here's Tommy Herr, 1 for 2. He's had one of the 2 hits today. 3-1. Ground ball to first. Thomas will throw to Brown. Ends the inning through 6. Georgia with a 2-0 lead. Joe Page to come on in. Take a look at Mussina's stat line. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. So those 4 walks were a bit of a doozy there, but he pitched well enough. He just didn't get much run support. Here's Stephen Drew, the 1-0. Ground ball to third. Buddy both over first. There's the first out. Page has pitched already in this series in game 2. Pitched an inning and a third of scoreless ball in game 2 loss. Kevin Brown to come in and pitch. There's a 3-2. Brown drives it to right, but playable for Jackson. There's a second out. Tony Phillips not batting on the right side. He's 0 for 3 today. Walks him. Robinson 0 for 3. Here's a 2-0. Ground ball to short. He'll throw to second. That'll end the inning. Georgia, despite the walk to Phillips, nothing doing. And to the bottom of the 7th we go. Brown still pitching and really pitching effectively here. Musial, Griffey, and then Wilson. Weak pop-up, and that'll be for Josh Gibson to make the out. Griffey, ground ball up the middle, but right to Drew, will make the throw, and there's a second out. Wilson's 0 for 1 with a walk. 1-1 to Wilson. Weak pop-up. Once again, Gibson in foul territory to make the catch, and the side is retired. You go up to the top of the 8th. Cobb, Thomas, Alou. Cobb with a second home run of the postseason. Here's a 2-1. Ground ball to short. Wagner fires to first, and he got him. Frank Thomas, 0-2. Ground ball to second. Her to Musial for the second out. Joe Page has done a very good job here out of the pen. 8 of 40 for Olu, which is far more bad. He's really struggled. Here's the 1-2. Drives it and a base hit. That's going to go into the corner. That'll be extra bases. He is in there with a double. Gibson, the 3-2. Walks him. Cameron hits. He gets hit by a pitch. So Mike Cameron coming in to replace Marquise Grissom. Bases are loaded for Stephen Drew. 0 for 2 today. Here's a 3-2 pitch. And he walks in a run. Joe Page walks in a run. Alou will score. You're now taking a 3-0 lead. And Brown will come in and hit. Here's the 0-2. He got him, but he gave up that run that he shouldn't have. And now Georgia up 3-0, with Pennsylvania really struggling offensively. Piazza, Jackson, and Bell. Brown still pitching. 78 pitches through 8. Here's a 2-1. Drives it to center. Over the head of Cameron. That'll be extra bases. And Piazza's in there with a double. Jackson drives it high. It is deep. It is going. No doubt about it. It is gone. Reggie Jackson belts a 2-run homer. His second of the playoffs. And all of a sudden we got a 3-2. We got a 3-2 ball game. A big home run in right center. 401 feet. And lo and behold, it is a 3-2 game. Dick Allen come in and pinch hit for Buddy Bell. The 0-1 Allen. He blasts it way back. No doubt about it. This game is tied into the second deck. Just like that. And Dick Allen, with a pinch hit solo home run, has now tied the game at 3. For Rio to come in and pinch hit. Unbelievable for Dick Allen. Call for Rio to come in and pinch hit. Nobody out in this inning, by the way, and Brown's still pitching. Ground ball to first. Thomas will throw to Brown. They finally get an out. It's up to Brown to gather his bearings here. This is a 2-2. Drives it to left. There's a base hit. Georgia was in complete control in the third. In the 8th with a 3-0 lead. And things have just there's a throw to second. It'll be a steal for Wagner. He is now in scoring position. The 0-1 to her. Ground ball to short. Fire to first. Wagner will go to third, but there's 2 down, but a man at third. Musial 0 for 3 today. The 1-0 drives it to center. This is playable for camera, and that'll end the inning, but they score 3. We have a tie score heading to the ninth. Cal Daniels to come in and pinch hit for Tony Phillips. Bruce Sutter pitch for Pennsylvania here. Cal Daniels 2 for 6 in the playoffs so far. There's a pitch. There's a ground ball, the base hit the other way. And in there with a single is Cal Daniels. Oh for 4 Robinson today. Throw to second. They got him and it caught stealing. And that was not a wise move. Line driving a base hit. That'll go into the corner. That's why the move was ill-advised here. In there to second with a double. Cobb, a home run the other way. Will they walk him? No, they're going to pitch to him. There's a drive into left, playable for Wilson. And there's a second out. Frank Thomas. They're going to walk him. And a wise move there to face Bill Terry is going to come in and pinch hit. He's 1 for 3 in this series. Here's the 0-1. Line drive base hit up the middle. A run will score. And Bill Terry comes through with an RBI single. And Georgia has now taken a 4-3 lead. And Bruce Sutter gets hit again. Josh Gibson is 2 for 2 with a walk. There's a 2-2. Ground ball to second. Herr will throw to first. That will end the inning. But Georgia strikes right back in the top of the ninth. We head to the ninth with the score 4 for Georgia, 3 for Pennsylvania. Will Smith to come in relief of Kevin Brown. Sean Figgins to come in and play third base for defensive purposes. Cal Daniels is in right. Kevin Brown pitched 3 quality innings. Had a very bad 8th inning. But Will Smith to come in the bullpen. So far, Will Smith in this series has had 2 appearances. And in game 2 was able to 3 appearances. He was able to cook the win and the save so far. Let's see if we could nail down another save here. With Griffey, Wilson, and Piazza coming up, there's a 2-2. 37 saves over the course of the regular season for Smith. Struck him out. Nice changeup. And he froze Griffey. Here's Wilson. Walks him. Piazza. The 1-2. Struck him out. Nice fastball. Reggie Jackson with a big 2-run homer to make it 3-2. Here's a 2-2. Swung on and missed. This game's over. Brilliant pitching there by Will Smith to nail down the save. Kevin Brown wins his first game of the postseason on 1-1. Mike Mussina, Bruce Sutter is tagged with the loss. In relief, Will Smith records his third save of the postseason. For Georgia, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Pennsylvania, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Brown, the winner, 1-1. The third save for Will Smith is third. Bruce Sutter goes 0-2 in the playoffs. And Georgia has now taken a 3-2 series lead as they head back for game 6. Back in Atlanta, Jay, and SunTrust Park. And just a very well played game here. Lots of back and forth. You had to see a winner sooner or later, and they did here. Final score 4-3. Thank you for listening to this and viewing this game today. Please follow us on the World Baseball Association page on YouTube. Please subscribe, helps the channel. We're trying to build it slowly and surely. As we head closer to the World Baseball Association final, we'll determine to see who the teams are, knowing full well that there will be a new champion crowned this year after Florida was bounced by New York in 4 games. I'd like to thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time. And as always, keep smiling. Bye, everybody.